Well, I just want to share with you a bit of knowledge I've deduced regarding the fridge relay and the split charging relay in the Talbot Express. I've had a bit of trouble with both, and I think I'm getting on top of the game now, all being well. I just want to share a couple of things with you. This is the fridge relay. I've actually got a Talbot Express 320 Auto Quest. It's a 93 model, but some of these things are common. They're all a little bit bespoke, so don't blame me if you look here and you don't find what I find. But it's a question of knowing what you're looking for. There's a lot of split charge fridge relay problems, things not working basically, and that's what I'm trying to do. So there's a couple of little things I've noted regarding this. I just shoved it in the housing of the old relay because I suspect this has been replaced. A couple of little rules. Basically, with the fridge relay, the red wire goes there, and that's basically alive there, the blue and the red. And then the thicker, the twinned cables are running straight to the fridge, as far as I believe. You can certainly tell when it works. So we twinned there and there. It's just a 4-pin relay. So I'm going to put that back in there. There is actually a fuse for it. I have this little cute fuse box here, and if I undo this, I have took the fuse out at the moment because somebody did disconnect this. I've got a charge warning light issue to resolve when this relay is energised, so I've removed the fuse, and I'm hoping when I fix my split charge it'll disappear. It was actually the third fuse down. That's the fuse I've just stored on the fourth, which is not used for reference, but the fuse is intact. For some reason somebody had disconnected the blue and red wire to the feed. I've reconnected it, and I'm just being careful at the minute. I just want to know things are working, because I would really love to have my fridge in 12 volt mode and cooling on the move. So now I've just moved over to the split charge relay. Now I did find this right at the back of the battery, just down there. There was I think it were an 8mm bolt holding it in. You can see we've got a diagram there, and it's in a bad state, this one. I need to clean these up, but I have found out what's wrong with it and ordered a replacement. So I was just looking at it with a view to tracing out the wiring, just so I knew. You can see the coils corroded there, so it had absolutely no chance of operating. And quite personally, I'm getting a bit sick of charging my leisure battery at home. I would rather it charged up on the fly and I could leave it permanently connected. So I've traced it out. So here is how I've got mine connected. We've got us load on 85 and 86. That's the white and brown, and the long red wire, and 30 and 87. They're the switched. That's the switch basically. So that's blue and brown, and the short red. So that's the coil, 85 and 86, which then throws the switch to make the connection between 30 and 87. So I've just put it here for the minute. It does actually screw in down there. There's a little nut. It sits more or less like the old casing does for the fridge relay. So I'm not going to put it in yet. I just want to give it a test. So I made this box of tricks a while back. I'll just cover that light there because it's giving the camera a bit of glare. And that's monitoring the leisure battery. It's currently 13.1 volts. I know these 7-segment displays are not the best to see, but what I'm going to do, I'm going to turn a few lights on, discharge the leisure battery a little, and then we'll start the van up and see if we can replenish the charge. A few lights on. That's the old tube style above the bed. I do have some LED ones, and these are the LED ones. Got a couple of them. And in the bathroom, believe it or not, I have two, but that one is the old tube style, which will really deplete the battery. And I think for good measure, because everything's fully charged at the minute, because I did take that leisure battery home, I think for good measure I will perhaps run the night heater for a moment. So we're using quite a few things to run the battery down. I think I'll have a cup of tea and then perhaps get back to you. So we're resting at 12.6 volts at the minute, because everything's under load. That leisure battery's working pretty hard. So I've had everything running for in the region of 10 minutes, and the split charge voltage has just gone up to 12.5 from 12.4. So I think it's getting time to switch everything off and disable the leisure battery and see if it will replenish the charge in it. Well, I started up the van and it instantly moved up to 12.9 volts. I have actually left, I'll show you there, I've left 3 of the LED lights on just to give it a bit of load. And now we're on 13. I've got to get in close because it's not going to show up otherwise. That's the view you get if you're not close. But I'm really pleased with that result, and hopefully it will just continue to increase. I've got a weekend planned out in it, so I'm really pleased I've got the split charge hopefully fixed. I'll just put the meter on it just to show. Yeah, I don't think we need to, it's just going up and up. Well, this is a bit fiddly to film. I have got my hands really full doing this and filming it, but you can see it's just going up and up. So I'm really pleased that I've got this split charge working, and I'm actually overjoyed really, because it should save me taking the battery home to charge it and then discharging it while we're away. So I suppose I've got one more thing to do, and that's to turn everything off. Many thanks for watching, and why not subscribe to learn of more repair possibilities.